All right, welcome to this explainer. Today, we're diving straight into a highly anticipated, data-driven prediction for the Serie A 2026/27 table. We are going to use some hard data and deep tactical analysis to see exactly how this thrilling season is predicted to unfold. Whether you follow the heavyweights or you're keeping tabs on the ambitious underdogs, the Italian top flight is shaping up to be an absolute roller coaster this year.
Here is how we're going to break it all down today. First, the Scudetto favorites. Second, the challengers. Third, the European chasers. Fourth, Como's €100 million splash. And finally, number 5, the drop zone.
Okay, let's set the stage with the predicted top 7. Inter Milan sits right at the summit, keeping up their era of dominance. But right breathing down their necks, we've got Antonio Conte's Napoli and Luciano Spalletti's Juventus. Just below them, AC Milan and AS Roma are battling it out for those crucial European spots. And then there's this incredible subplot. Como, literally gate-crashing the top 7. Let's dig into exactly why the data points to this kind of finish.
Section 1. Scudetto favorites. Inter Milan.
You know, the sheer reliability of Lautaro Martinez is just wild. We are talking about a guy who consistently hits that 20-plus goal benchmark without breaking a sweat. He carries Inter's attacking burden with a consistency that almost borders on the mundane, to be honest. He reads Italian football perfectly, which is exactly why the numbers heavily favor him, topping the goal-scoring charts yet again. But obviously, it's not just their star striker. Inter's squad depth is absolutely terrifying. Their total market value sits at a staggering €688.8 million. And let's be real, defense wins titles, right? Well, they conceded just 22 goals last term. Simone Inzaghi has spent 4 seasons practically perfecting this tactical system, creating a margin for error that their rivals simply do not have.
Section 2. The challengers, Napoli and Juventus.
This is where the tactical chess match gets really fun. We have a massive contrast at the top. Predicted in second is Napoli, who are rolling out an aggressive 3-4-2-1 formation, built on high pressing under Antonio Conte. On the flip side, finishing third, you've got Luciano Spalletti leading a total rebuild at Juventus, and he's centering it entirely on their traditional, gritty defensive DNA, just grinding out those classic 1-0 wins. Now for Napoli, the data absolutely proves the Conte effect. They actually rank second in the league for the highest pressing start distance. By suffocating opponents high up the pitch, they just force errors and completely blow up the other team's build-up play. That is exactly why they rank first overall for the fewest shots on target allowed. They are literally a nightmare to play through. Meanwhile, over in Turin, the secret to those tight 1-0 victories for Juve lies right in the center of the park. Their newly rebuilt midfield finally looks like it can control the tempo of a match, rather than just clinging on and surviving it. And when they dictate the rhythm, Juventus becomes highly, highly dangerous.
Section 3. European chasers, AC Milan and AS Roma.
So, AC Milan lands in fourth in this forecast. They're undergoing a total rebuild under Ruben Amorim, switching to a 3-4-2-1 formation and bringing in massive star power like Virgil van Dijk and Gonzalo Ramos. But why aren't they predicted to finish higher? Well, because they're a total tactical enigma. They struggle big time with week-to-week consistency. One week, they are dismantling a top-4 rival playing breathtaking football, and the next, they are bafflingly dropping points to a relegation candidate. 100. It's a huge milestone. This represents a historic centennial season for AS Roma, who are predicted to grab 5th place. This also marks their 75th consecutive year in Italy's top division. So you mix that history with a brutal schedule spanning the Champions League, Coppa Italia, and Supercoppa, and expectations in the capital are absolutely sky-high. Roma's manager, Gianpiero Gasperini, isn't hiding his ambitions either. He clearly believes in this group, pointing out that they have solid foundations and potential way higher than just a 5th or 6th place finish. To actually get there, though, he's demanding perfect execution of his assertive pressing structure to get the most out of an attack spearheaded by Paulo Dybala. Section 4, Como's €100 million splash. Como is definitely not just here to make up the numbers. They are making a massive statement. Backed by the wealthiest ownership group in all of Serie A, they've dropped a staggering €100 million ahead of their maiden Champions League campaign. They are proving, without a doubt, that they are not afraid to open the checkbook to fast-track this ultra-ambitious lakeside project. So where exactly is all that cash going? Well, the crown jewel is a massive 60 million euro deal to bring Nico Paz back from Real Madrid. Then you tack on 20 million for Jan Couto, 14 million for Brazilian fullback Kiki, and 6 million for Luis Milla. Put it all together and you have a total squad overhaul custom built to cement their status under Cesc Fabregas.
Section 5. The drop zone.
Far away from the glitz, the European nights, and the massive spending of the top 7, which teams are predicted to buckle under the overwhelming pressure of the bottom 3?
The forecast is pretty bleak here. We've got Frosinone in 18th, Lecce in 19th, and Cagliari dead last in 20th. The data points to a really lethal mix of adaptation challenges and just severe tactical and defensive disorganization. When struggling teams fail to find their footing early on, that psychological weight usually proves completely crushing.
And here's the harsh reality of Serie A. Mid-season panic almost never works out. If a team fires their manager in October or November, it usually triggers a freefall, not a new manager bounce. Installing a resilient, proper defensive system takes immense patience and hours upon hours on the training pitch, time that these desperate clubs just do not have. So, as we wrap up this explainer, I'll leave you with this. With the data so overwhelmingly favoring Inter Milan's perfectly oiled machine and elite defense, is this title race already over before it begins? Or could the wild €100 million investments from Como, Conte's aggressive tactical shift at Napoli, or Spalletti's gritty rebuild at Juve actually flip this entire prediction on its head? It is going to be an absolutely incredible season of tactical chess, and I, for one, cannot wait to see how it plays out.